This morning, the team behind the PAX event announced the dates for their conventions coming in 2021, beginning with PAX East in June. In a statement on Twitter, the team made it clear that these dates are preliminary and could change based on the situation, based on the COVID-19 pandemic and how we're faring with it. As we continue to get nearer to a hopeful vaccine, how are we feeling about the future of in-person events in 2021? Is June too soon?
I think June is optimistic.
I think it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
6.5 months away.
I mean, here's the thing. How are we going to, this is a whole nother deal, but the logistics of getting a vaccine worldwide, when we have to make clear priority lists, look at the amount of people that go to these events, look at the proximity that they are in. If we don't have every single one of these people vaccinated, it's just clearly a clear and present danger to attend this sort of thing still.
Well, and also it's one of those things where obviously we've seen things like Live Nation is going to be requiring people to provide proof of a COVID vaccination or a COVID test with negative results in order to purchase tickets. But the scale of these conventions is so much larger than that. And by and large, you are looking at extremely international audiences. So as you say, Jimmy, you do need to have like worldwide distribution for this to be remotely feasible. Therefore, I think June is unrealistic. I think that we will be able to start doing events on a local level in person next year, like things like concerts by and large. When a concert is happening, it's mostly people that live more or less within sort of driving easy travel distance to that particular area that will go to that concert, because concerts are largely tours. These artists go all over the place, but with these conventions, people travel to them. So it's just June? I don't think so. Maybe by like next
September.
October? I'm crossing my fingers for some Halloween events next year, let's put it that way.
I think we live in unprecedented times, and I'm sure we're all sick of hearing that, but with unprecedented times comes a lot of things that we've never seen before. So some companies are gonna decide to do it this way. Some companies are gonna try and do it this way. With that is gonna come a lot of litigation and a lot of lawsuits, and a lot of people who are not happy about how it's done. And I don't know, I think at a certain point, we're gonna have to see a company, an event, take a step of opening up in some way. It might be a mitigated version of what it used to be in the past. It might be a smaller version. We're seeing a difference between the way PAX is approaching this and the way something like Epic and other esports events are approaching theirs, which is a lot more limited or doing things online. I think what we're gonna see a lot going forward is just a hybrid of how these things are done. There's gonna be an in-person, very small maybe, and then a larger online version of it until we get to a point where people feel a lot more comfortable and are going to these.
Ice Cult recommends let's just have drive-in expos. You know,
there we go, perfect.
Drive through the PlayStation garage instead of visit the PlayStation booth.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
there's some merit to that.
We'll see attendance caps most likely, 50%, 20%, whatever it is. I think like if we're gonna look for sort of like people are gonna set the standard, you'll probably see the theme parks being the first places that are going to address this, because this is something that doesn't require you to like video games or gaming to go to. PAX and these types of events are still niche, even though they're massive in attendance, but they don't, they still pale in comparison to the number of people Disneyland have every year.
Absolutely.
So the industries that have the most to lose are gonna be the ones the first to move, I believe.
VENN road trip to Osaka, and we're all going to Super Nintendo World.
Yeah,
road trip? How are we gonna drive?
I'm gonna drive across the ocean, and we're all gonna go to Super Nintendo World again.
It's
a dream world, all right? You don't have to poke holes in it.
Just because I want to see Patrick drive a car on the ocean.
I'm gonna jump into a green pipe and emerge in Osaka. Hey, you. That's right, you. Thanks for tuning in. Check out more great moments from the download on our YouTube at Watch VENN, and you can watch the full episode and catch up on VENN.tv. I'll see you there.